Good morning. Today we are heading to Ocracoke Island, which is just south of Cape Hatteras. I'm going to show you a map to show you where we are going. The ferry that we're going on takes cars, and we'll go across and spend the day over there and possibly either rent bicycles or a golf cart. We'll see when we get there. So, I just got pixie dusted. All right, I'm about to try one of these Dragon Balls. Oh, look at this, she is good! So you can see on this map, this is where we are right now. We're in Nags Head, and we have to go all the way down here to the very end of the island of Cape Hatteras, and then that's where we'll hop on the ferry to go to Ocracoke Island, and it's only 5 miles, but it will take us about 45 minutes to an hour on the ferry. It should be a fun day. This is the line for the car ferry, and it's very exciting because I've never been on a car ferry before. We are actually now in line for the Cape Hatteras Ocracoke ferry. This will take us over to the ferry. It is about a 40-minute ride over there. It's really only 5 miles, but it takes a while on the ferry. And the great part, if you're trying to watch your costs on your trip, it's absolutely free.
In 5.8 miles, continue straight.
Continue straight into the water. We are officially on a ferry in a car. This is the first time I've ever done this. Well, now according to the GPS, we have 5.8 miles straight over the water. So right now, this is the back of the boat, even though the cars are facing this way, and we are heading that way to the island. So we got on the 11:30 ferry. It is now 11:50, and the GPS says we have 3.6 miles left in about 24 more minutes. It's very, very pretty. Now the ferry is turning around, and right in that middle there, you'll see that's where we'll be getting off. So it took about an hour to get across. That wasn't too bad. It was
Turn right onto Secondary Road 12.
okay. Now we're getting on Secondary Road, which is going to be about a 12-mile drive down to the village. And along the way, about the 5-mile mark, we're supposed to see the wild horses. Else interesting to note, see all of these sand dunes on the side, and there are construction vehicles. Well, they only reopened this island back up in December of 2019 because Hurricane Dorian did a number on the island. So they had to rebuild and fix the roads. But I'm happy that we're able to come on here now. The horses of Ocracoke, they've been here since the 1730s. They're descendants from the domesticated Spanish horses. So let's go see if we can see any. All right, we're trying to call them over, and they're not interested. So we'll zoom in on the one that we see here. Now, these horses have different diets than regular horses, so you're not allowed to feed them. They don't eat carrots or hay or apples or anything like that, like a regular domesticated horse. They actually live on the land that's here in the Outer Banks. And there's one over there. He's not interested in coming over there. girlfriend of my husband suggested coming to this place. It's called Howard's Pub, right off the main entrance from the island. Island is not that big, it's only 12 miles in, and then the village itself is only a mile, so it's not that big. So we are stopping here, and I'm starting out with a shandy. Fritters, which is normally something we get in Key West, but we thought we'd try it here. So the sauce that they're serving with it here is more of a mustardy sauce. In Key West, they normally serve it with like a sweet marmalade, like an orange marmalade, and there's a lot of content here. Okay, now over here we have an oyster meal, fried oysters. It comes with 2 sides. And I have a basket, which is shrimp and french fries. All this is considered part of the Cape Hatteras National Seashore. We're gonna take a little walk. All right, we are back on the car ferry, heading back to Cape Hatteras, and then we'll get back to Kitty Hawk. It was a fun afternoon. Well, this was definitely a fun afternoon. You can do it as a day trip. You can also take a camper or a boat over to the island because they do have facilities over there. We just came over for the day. I will say though that the island still has a lot closed due to the hurricane. They're still rebuilding there from the hurricane that came through in September of 2019. And COVID does have a little bit of effect. The island is actually in Hyde County, which has different rules than Dare County. Although North Carolina in general is making everyone mask up, we just found more people were being more social distant in Dare County. So we kept our masks on pretty much the whole time and didn't take them off. So if you are afraid of anything like that, you might want to wait until some of this COVID goes away. But it is possible to travel here during COVID. Well, thank you for tuning into The Wonderful World of Wendy. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Give me a big thumbs up, and I'll see you on my next adventure. Bye.